today we'll be learning the next financial function, which is PV. So this is used to calculate the present value. For example, if you are supposed to receive future payments, maybe it can be future pensions or future returns from an investment that you have made, and you want to calculate the present value, the value of those payments now at time 0 using some interest rate, then you can do that using this PV function, which is the present value function. So I have taken a very basic example over here where I have considered the number of years as 5 years and periods per year. So for example, in every year there are 12 payments that you are receiving, or maybe you are paying out. It can be any which ways. You need to calculate the present value of that. So here let us say that you are making a payment of 10,000 every month at the end of the month for the next 5 years. So in total it is 60 months that you are making the payment, 10,000 at the end of the month, and the interest rate in the economy is currently 9%. So what is the total payout? If I want to consider the total payout at time 0 that will happen for the next 5 years can be calculated using the PV function. So it's again very simple. We just start with writing PV and you get and you all can just read the definition. It returns the present value of an investment, which is a total amount for a series of future payments. Over here we have 10,000 monthly payment. If you have a quarterly payment that is being made every year, then here instead of 12 it will be 4 because there are 4 quarters. If it's semi-annually, then it will be 2 because there are 2 semi-annuals. So rate. Now rate over here is rate per period. So don't get confused. This is very important part that we always talk about rate per period. 9% is the per annum or the entire year's rate. If I want to calculate the per month rate, because I'm dealing monthly over here, so what I'll do is I'll just simply take 9 and divide it by 12. So this will give me the rate per period. After this we have number of periods. So what is the total number of period for which you are making the payment or receiving the payment? Here we have assumed that we are making the payment. That will be 12 multiplied by 5. So that is nothing but number of years multiplied by the number of months, which is 60, which is the total number of periods. PMT again. PMT stands for the periodic payments that you are making, equal periodic payments that you are making. This can be monthly payments again, quarterly, annually, whatever. Here we are taking monthly payments and that is of 10,000. So I'll just select the 10,000 cell. Now the payments can happen at the start of the month or at the end of the month. We are assuming that it is supposed to happen at the end of the month, as you all can see. So for that, I'm not writing the future value. So you can have a future value. For example, after 5 years you are receiving a lump sum over here, then there is a future value to that. You can consider, but I am not considering in our example. Now end of the period, so I'll just type a 0. So you have 0 for end of the period and 1 for the beginning of the period, meaning that 10,000 is you are paying at the start of the month, that's beginning of the period. If 10,000 is being paid at the end of the month, then it's that end of the period. So I'll select 0, hit enter, and you get the answer. Now this 4,81,733.74 is the present value of the payments 10,000 which is made monthly at the end of the month for the next 5 years when the interest rate is 9% in the economy. So now if you stand at time 0, the total cost, the total burden on you is of 4,81,000. Now why it isn't negative? Because we have considered that there are payments being made. So that is why this is a negative figure. If you are receiving 10,000, you can definitely consider this to be positive. Just insert a minus sign before this and you'll get a positive answer. That's it. That is your present value. Thank you.